The ratio calculator gets created from the roles. So as the children sign in and out, you'll start to see this being filled. Now, if there's no staff signed in, then it's not going to work together because they'll look like they're way understaffed. There you go. So now we're out of ratio because we don't have enough staff signed in. But you can see here we're still within ratio across the centre and with our qualified staff. Now, if I wanted to, so this here, we can see in Salamanders we're out of ratio. We can actually click on this and see where we're, what our actual breakdown is. So this is a 15-minute interval. And you can see how many educators we've got to how many children. We store everything. So if they get a spot check and they go back to the 26th, they can actually see. So there you go. There's no sign in and outs there. So they're way out of ratio because there's no staff signed in. How the staff sign in. So let me go back. I'm going to go the roles actually. So when the staff sign in, I'm in programming at the moment. I'm going to put in my PIN. I'm going to verify, and then I can select the room. Now, these, again, will only be an option to select if they've set up their rooms. So that includes their non-contact rooms. So if they're kitchen, their programming, lunch, and when they set these up, they can set them up as unpaid if they want them not to be included in their timesheet for the staff to be paid. So let me sign out of there and I'll sign into Salamanders. So it happens automatically. It'll just change me straight to the Salamanders now. So I don't have to put in a sign out time for the Salamanders. Can you see there? I'm in the Salamanders. And then from there, if I go back to the ratio calculator, we can see that I've moved from programming. So I was in programming at this stage and now I'm in the Salamanders. So staff have to do it through the kiosk. Only the admin is able to do this. So say, for example, I've signed in on the kiosk. I can only sign in, can't edit the times. I'd have to go and then talk to the director and say, I actually went into the Salamanders room. I started my programming at 12. I actually went back into the Salamanders room at 12:30. So then they would have to manually fix that up. I would have to then go into the Salamanders one and fix up my time. Only admin have access to this to be able to change the times. So from there, that all this information of our signing in and out flows through to our timesheet. So this is our timesheet this week. So if I click on me, we can actually see the times that I've actually signed in. We can go into the detailed version. So if we're looking at today, there you go. You can see I signed in 11:49 for programming. I've signed out, signed into the Salamanders, and there's no time recorded at the moment because I haven't signed out for today. I didn't sign out yesterday and I didn't sign in and out on Monday either. Now, if this is rostered, so if I look tomorrow, you can see there's our roster times. They're not our times that I've actually signed in and out. So you can see these ones. These are actually, because we've done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're actually our sign in and out times. Whereas Friday is not the sign in and out time. So if I go to next week, you can actually see the roster times there. I can send out these timesheets this week for the staff to confirm. I sent an email to myself for me to confirm the timesheet. And I've written back, I didn't confirm it. I actually reviewed it and said I actually did overtime. So the message has come up here. If I wanted to, I could now go in and adjust that overtime and then resend it to myself. So to do that, all I would do is click on here, then 8th of May, whatever I want to write in the message, and then confirm. And then when I get that email, I can then confirm that, and then it'll come through here and be confirmed instead of reviewed. So here's my email that I got sent. I'm going to click on there. I'm going to put in my PIN, and then in comes the timesheet for the 8th. I can click on it and see the detailed information of what I actually did. And then I can just confirm. Then I'm confirming that the timesheet is correct. Then from here, if I go back to this timesheet, you can see it's confirmed now. If I set, you know how I've said review, I actually did overtime. Me as the admin person would have to go in there, review that timesheet, fix it up, then go back and send it to them. So it doesn't automatically, and that's the same thing with the rostering as well. If I send out the roster and then they write back and they say, so if I sent this roster now to myself, I've already confirmed it, or let's say I send it to Claire, I can click on there and say roster, don't forget it's pajama day on Wednesday, whatever I want to write, I send it. Then when I go into here, into this email, okay. And then I confirm. So if I go back in here and I refresh that, so we've reviewed it. So she says I'm on annual leave. I now have to go into the roster and then change that. I can't, it was not going to automatically change her annual leave. So here I can now change Von to annual leave. So this is a roster. And now I can send that back to Von again and say updated roster.
Cool beans.
And then we can click on there and see that she's on annual leave all week. We can see that it's confirmed. So you can send those out in bulk, but I'm just sending them one at a time so you can see what it looks like. So that's the ratio calculator and timesheets.